Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. It's been a little while since I've posted a video and I wanted to take the Argon 8 and show kind of a darker side of it and show how to make kind of some crazy noise. I'm just going to play a couple and then go back and show you three techniques. So this first one, I just made a couple for examples. These might be loud. I'll see it when I go back and check the video. Okay, so that one sounds kind of cool and basic. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold a couple notes and just play with distortion and a few other things here. So. Okay, so you get the idea there. You can go through and just build all sorts of tones. Let me just go to the next one here. I'll just show a couple examples, and then I'm going to show you some examples, and I'm going to show you three techniques that I've found really interesting for making noise on the Argon 8. Very different tone here. Again, I'll have it hold three notes, and it helps if you have headphones with these, by the way. Okay, so you get the idea there. It's just a really kind of a popping noise that goes back and forth between both sides. And let me show this one. Wait a minute, did I skip one? Yeah, there's three. Okay, so you get the idea there. That one's just, you know, kind of a, sounds like in a pipe, you know, sort of thing. Just a lot of resonance. Okay, so then let me show you the next one, and then I'll show you the techniques I'm talking about. I made these a while ago, so I can't really remember, you know, which knobs do the best with them, but just trying to... Okay, let's see this. Yeah, I can't remember this one. But either way, I'll just go through and show you these techniques. All right, so the first one is really basic. And this applies to every synthesizer that you can do if you want to just explore noise. And I find exploring noise to be just different and kind of fun. And sometimes you find something that you use for a sample to make percussion. Like, you know, I'll bring in the Digitac here, for example. But, you know, for me, it's just a fun thing to explore because it's just very different. If you don't like it, you may have stopped the video long ago, but either way, let's take this technique. Really simple. Make something that's got some harmonics. Like I'll use a square wave here with some phase modulation. Okay. And actually, since I'm going to use wave 2 on pulse width modulation, that's a special one, but I really like it. It's kind of cool and fun to play with. So you get something that's, you know, kind of noisy, a little bit inharmonic, that sort of thing. But you can still hear notes. What we can do is go down as low as you possibly can and then hit a few notes. Okay, so now let's just mess with this and see if I can get this to do it. See that. That's kind of cool. That's the thing. I might say, I think that's kind of cool, and you're going, what? I don't get it. I like stuff like this. And you can obviously add, you know, effects on top of that. I have an external reverb here I can throw on this just for a second to see what it sounds like. And it, you know, and the Argon8 definitely has its own effects too, so I can put its reverb on here. Hear what that sounds like. Do lose some volume. That adds quite a bit of depth. Okay, so that technique is really basic. You can just take it, go really low, and then mess around. And you can just find all sorts of stuff. And remember, you have everything you can do with the Argon8. So when you're hitting these notes, you know, stuff like this. Sometimes you can't hear things that you would expect. Especially, well, I got everything filtered. Hold on. Let me get this back to where this sounds like. Can't quite hear that. There we go. So let's throw a different wave shape on here. Okay, so that's one technique. Okay, technique number 2 is that you have special waveforms on wave 2 that you can apply to make noise. So let's do that. So I'm just going to knit this out again. Okay, back to normal. Real quick, I'll throw in one quick extra one here. I find that this bass tone, the sine wave, is if you go into amp and just add some release, it's a nice little, it's like just really quick. And then all you have to do is add just a little bit of oscillator mod and you get this. So one thing is that the Argon8, it definitely excels at making really kind of pretty tones. I mean, it is easy, it has a lot of sweet spots. But I also think you can just go off the trail and make really crazy stuff too, and that's kind of why I wanted to make this video. So anyway, let's now dive back into the second technique, which is let's grab clock noise. So clock noise sounds like this. Oh, let me knit this first, sorry. Gotta knit that and do that again. All right, clock noise right here. Okay. All right, kind of a classic sound, right? It reminds me of playing Missile Command, and man, I'm old because I remember that. But you can obviously just take, you know, to make an envelope. Let's assign this guy -63, so it goes the other way. And we want to do kind of that shape again, just like that. And we should get kind of the explosion sound here if I do it right. There we go. Maybe I've heard that sound before. And you have a lot of voices, so you can obviously do stuff like that. All right, so that's one thing is that, but the trick is that guy by himself, when you're listening to him, if I go all the way the other way, now you have that going through the oscillator mod, which is cool. So you have noise going through this effect. So we're not hearing anything there because wave 1 is just, you know, it's a sine wave. Let's just turn up this and listen to it. So you get, so you can get these really warbly sounds, right? Stuff like that. Filter it. So you can make all sorts of stuff with that. And then this guy obviously can change the, you know, the start point if you want more of a white noise or that. So the other two that are special are sine noise, which starts off as a sine wave. Sorry, I gotta remember to use my other hand so you can see the. And I actually love this last one because it's kind of just warbly. Let me turn off the depth on the. Here, you see how out of tune this is? And so it's kind of a fun way to get some detune. You can actually come in here and tune this down to get it just where you can barely hear it. And now when you thicken this and add all the other stuff that the Argon8 does with the spread and the voice drift and the, you can get something. This needs some release. All right, so that one's fun because it's, then you can get it more aggressive. And then you get back into noise, right? That's pretty out of tune. All right, so let's, and then the next one's square noise, which is very similar, that it starts off square wave, goes through here. But see, because you have the oscillator mod, you can do stuff like you can add, you know, you can see what ring modulation would sound like. You know, very different tone. You can go in and say, I want to listen to amp mod. Again, filter and kind of play with that. Okay, so that's technique number 2. Technique number 3 is the magical LFO2, one of my favorite things about this synthesizer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, you know, make some noise like we did before. So let's grab Let's grab that pulse width modulation, because that's one that's fun. Let's crank up this. Sorry if that's... Let's get some distortion. Let's go low. Ooh, that one didn't have the effect I was thinking of, but whoa. Okay, interesting. Hit that guy. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in, I'm going to assign LFO2 to change wave 2. And I'm going to also have it change wave 1. Just like that. I'm going to turn this rate up. So I'm not hearing much change there. I think as I'm filtering everything out. Let me try to go back up in normal range here. Sorry about that if I cause people ear damage. Okay, maybe that's a little better. All right, let's start with that. Yeah, because now you're hearing the LFO. Now, if you take the LFO, put it to random, so now you have an audio rate random mod that's going through this. So you can do really crazy stuff. Okay, so, and really when you apply this to the filter, so I'll try to show something here if I can get this. You get stuff like this. It sounds like people talking if you listen to it. If it said something, it'd be pretty creepy. Anyway. Trying to bring out the talking a little bit. All right. I'm going to slow this way down because I want you to hear something. I think it's really cool is when you stack this and you get this on, so if I play one note. Now I'm going to split it up so it's the voice width. And again, headphones help with this stuff. I'm not sure if this recording is in stereo. I hope it is, because maybe my monitoring isn't. Because usually what you should hear, hopefully this is working, it's going back and forth on both sides. So what's cool is the LFO is different for each one that you press. So let me go through and actually change the rate now. You can go back up faster. Or you can go some subdivision. Add some chorus and reverb on this stuff. It's really weird when you go low and then you're hearing the actual waves break apart. That's so cool. I think it's cool. Sorry. Hold those. All right, so enough of that. That was pretty much what I wanted to show. Basically, that, if anybody has any, I don't know how people are going to react to this, and I hope it recorded in stereo. and I'll check that before I post it. So anyway, thanks a lot. If you enjoyed this, great. If not, that's not a problem either. Thanks a lot. Bye.